Okay, I haven't watched this video yet. It's Jason Blaha. Just posted this up 16 minutes ago. Evidence-based influencers promoting high-volume trading who have no gains. They have no gains. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe they do, they don't. I got gains. Let's see what else to say. We do this together.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another coffee chat.
Yeah, we know who you are, Jason Blaha. Coffee chat. Hey, everybody. I bet you're going to show us forearms or something. I didn't watch this video. Oh my God.
Forearm gains on point.
Forearm gains on point, bro. Yeah, I bet you. All the LGBT community is going to love that. Looking at your beautiful forearms. They're so sexy, man. Look at that bald head, bro. Shiny.
Sorry, some of my stuff is cleared out. I haven't put it all back in yet. Had a gym.
You want to know why he's bald? It's because he eats a slave diet and lifts a heavy weight, lowers testosterone. Look it up on Google. It'll tell you. On Google, it tells you everything. This is the reason why he's falling apart like that. Because it lowers testosterone and the slave diet increases estrogen and you lose your hair. And lifting heavy destroys your body. That's all it does. And lower testosterone as well. Yeah, and the slave diet increases this. That's why Sam Sulek, he eats shit. He eats donuts and everything all day, the herbivore diet, to get massive. Because if he were to eat protein, just protein, muscles are really hard to build. That's why he's got to build artificial muscles called sarcoplasmic muscles. Anyways, let's go on with this. It's just a review.
Session yesterday. So, something I was thinking about, I've been thinking actually for a week. I'm like, well, let me just go ahead and address it. And this is part of...
Okay, what are you going to address?
My problem with the whole evidence-based side of the fitness world is that oftentimes it's used as an excuse to not get results. And
the evidence-based fitness world, it's based on results because they're using the wrong stuff. That's why I had the real stuff put out on my channel. He never answered. Look, Jason never answers me when I ask him about the myonuclear domain size limit. Yeah. Or repeated bout effect phenomenon protects muscle from a repeated bout from being damaged. He's always telling you you're getting damaged. Yeah? Okay.
Seen lately again this whole resurgence of, hey, there's data showing that doing extremely high sets, 30, 40, 50 sets.
Yeah.
Luscious caramel milk chocolate squares from Ghirardelli. Makes every day a bite better.
Gotta get rid of that.
A week per muscle group, maybe slightly better for muscle growth. All right. Here's your issue with some of that. The people saying it don't have gains. In other words,
I don't know. He hasn't proved any of this. Why don't you post that? Post and show that they're not making any gains, doing all these things. And what is gains? What does that mean to you, Jason? Gains, artificial gains or real gains? See, you could get artificial gains, sarcoplasmic artificial muscles, or you could get myofibrillar growth, real gains, which is really hard because protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. And I don't know anybody eating for hours and hours and hours of protein to exceed that breakdown. It is extremely hard and it's costly. It costs a lot of money. That's why you're so weak. You're weak. You have to rely on lifting a heavy weight on these motor units. That's all you could do. You have to go that avenue, that route, because you don't have money to get stronger, to build your body stronger.
When I look at even the evidence
he can't build his body stronger to be naturally stronger. He can only build a heavier, stronger lift. That's about it.
People and the researchers who are promoting this, some of them promote things that absolutely do not work in the real world. Those of us who are coaches know this, but they'll have some studies supporting it. But the problem is,
well, everything works, but it could be faked. Get it? It can be faked, just like him. Everything works, but it's faked.
They can't make it work either. They'll promote nonsense. The perfect example.
You mean like you, Jason? You promote nonsense. The dad bod, 46 years old, whatever. You promote nonsense. Lifting a heavy weight off the floor has somehow got magic powers that are going to build you real muscle. Lifting a weight is going to build you muscle, but not protein synthesis exceeds that breakdown is not going to build you muscle. But lifting a heavy weight off the floor as heavy as possible is. Well, that's going to, well, we do know in science that just gets you motor units. That doesn't build muscles. There's a disruption in the muscle, but just again, you're not eating to create those muscles to get your body stronger and better. You're eating a slave diet. I know that for sure because I saw your videos where you're eating watermelons all day and yogurt and weird shit. You eat a ton of fake, artificial, man-made foods, and those foods can only build you the artificial body that you have. That's why you look so bad. You could look better if you ate a natural diet in nature, but you can't do that. You're against nature, and when you're against nature, you end up the way you are, corrupted. Like
someone whose stuff I follow because I do like a little bit of his work, although it's getting worse
and everybody that follows you, you're like the Pied Piper. They're all going to follow you like these rats and all drown together with you.
Who I've actually had a little bit of debate with.
This is arrogance at the highest level. Guys, you have to understand, Jason Blaha, this is arrogance at the highest level. Well, I don't like to call people names. Okay, I'm not going to call him any names. I'm just going to say he's an arrogant person, okay?
Social media before. The guy, if you were looking at what he has said lately, there's evidence towards it's like, oh yeah, people will be doing 50 sets per week. Grown men would be eating 30 grams of carbohydrates and 150 grams of protein.
Again, carbohydrates, sugar. Sugar doesn't build muscle. If anything, sugar is going to prevent you from building muscle. You'll be insulin resistant. What you want is a very high protein and high animal fat diet because you're made out of cholesterol, so you can increase all the hormones in your body, be healthier, have more energy, and be stronger. That is the whole goal, is to focus on eating. The lifting part, you don't need very much lifting to cause damage to muscles, but you do need a lot of time and a lot of food to grow them. And I can prove that too. Science proves that.
Is fairly advanced lifters and would gain muscle optimally. It would not interfere with their workouts or their muscle growth at all for those things to be that low.
See, he's so concerned about muscle growth, but then he's more concerned about lifting a heavy weight. Which one is it? You're going to get stronger lifting a heavy weight? Why is he so concerned about muscle? See what I mean? If muscle doesn't make you stronger, why are you so concerned about it? Because you're not building muscle, you're building artificial muscles, which don't make you strong. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, muscles do not make you stronger. Myofibrillar growth makes you stronger and gives you speed because they're type 2 muscle fibers. But none of you are building that.
And therein lay a lot of the problem. This guy's not even big. The guy who's saying this tends to get lean with Photoshop.
No, I'm big, man. I'm big, and I don't get any of that. I do extremely high volume training, but on the day, and I only would do it once, maybe once a month, once every second week, whenever I feel like it. But I would never do it within a 7-day period. I do it after a 7-day period, or after 14 days, or after 30 days. I might go in and lift. And then I grow my body. Yeah, I build muscle by eating a natural diet where it's supposed to, protein. I don't eat carbohydrates doing that. Now, I'm not saying in the past I used it as a means to get to a certain level, but I used complex carbohydrates, very specific things that I was doing. But I know about sarcoplasmic muscles. You have to drain that stuff out. You have to keep draining it out to make sure that it's solid. It takes quite a while to get solid muscles, believe me.
I could fit him in my forearm. I mean, he's like the size of my forearm. He's like the size of maybe my thigh.
What? You're like 5'4". What would be the size of what? You're small. You weigh 217. I don't even believe your body weight, but whatever. Okay, 217. It's kind of chubby, fatty, 217, whatever. At 5'5", whatever he is. I don't even know his height. He's like 5'5" or something, but whatever. Okay.
And it's just ludicrous. It's just absolutely ludicrous. These people will get followings, and then people are like, well, look, he's got these stuff. But I'm like, if it studies, it doesn't work. You can take the stuff that this person is saying from these studies and go try to do it in your client.
They all work. I put my pictures up, and everything that I did worked, okay? Everything that I say and do works. That's why you were jealous of my channel. You wanted to strike me to get rid of me. You knew that I had 2 strikes already. They informed you that I had 2 strikes previously. That's why you took my channel down, because you knew you were like, okay, I can get him now. Now I can get him.
And it's not going to work.
Oh, it worked.
Because that's what people have to remember with sports science. Sports nutrition, exercise science, all of those things. If you cannot apply them in a real human being and it doesn't work, or you can't take 20 athletes and make it work in all of them, you've got a problem. It doesn't matter what your research says at that point.
I can. I had runners on my channel. They were professional. They applied everything I said and they got better. They got faster. It was very simple because myofibular growth is a carryover to every sport. If you actually build real muscle, which is type 2 muscle fibers, if you build more of them, then it is a carryover in every sport. But if you're focused on just motor units, lifting a heavy weight, a sofa off the floor repetitively to get better lifting a sofa, is that a carryover to every sport? No. You won't be stronger when it comes to that velocity when you're sprinting. You understand me? The thing with steroids, they're molecules. So they're enhanced performing drugs. They're not muscle building drugs. That's why they call them enhanced performing. They enhance your performance so you could perform better at these sports. Do you understand me? That is the whole issue of it. That's why they know people are cheating.
But that's been pointed out too. The research is often really, really bad. If you guys have seen in my blogs, Jamie kind of feels that way. You know, it's like, oh, you took 19 test subjects. You took 19 untrained lifters, and that's where you draw a conclusion from.
No, because they could measure what people are getting in the beginning, but that they know that once you're trained, all these things, these modalities, they go away quickly because untrained muscles are able to get things done quicker because untrained muscles get these influx of certain things, which trained muscles don't get anymore because they're now adapted. That's how it works in the natural world. That's why you get damaged when you first skate. You get damaged, you never get it again. You go to the gym the first time, you get damaged, you call it newbie games, then you never get it again. You rock climb, you get this damage, and then you never get it again. It means that your body's recalibrating itself by giving you this myofibular growth so that you're good at lifting those weights at the gym now. You understand me? But you're no longer growing any more muscle, so your body's not getting stronger anymore. So what you're getting is a stronger lift because now you're focused on lifting. They have all these people, you're weak. Society wants you small and tiny and weak, lift a heavy weight so that they could beat you up. They can control you. They don't want big people walking around. That's why arresting big people in Sweden.
People say, well, the research and the funding, yeah, but that's the point. If that's the best you can
Look, nobody's scared of little ants that could lift 10 times their weight. So nobody's scared of a manlet that could lift a heavy weight off the floor. They're scared of big people that are super strong, that could beat them up. You understand me? Like I said, in the wild, lions aren't scared of little animals. They're scared of elephants because they're bigger, therefore they're stronger, and they don't lift weights. Bigger objects and things are stronger, and they know that. That's why they run away.
then don't bother. I mean, that's fine if you need to do it for, you have to get your PhD. Okay, great.
Whatever.
I mean, they have to do that. I mean, if you're on one of my programs, that's where you're going to be at.
This program is free.
So, again, it's ludicrous, the studies that they use to draw these conclusions, because let's be realistic. Every one of you who've been coaches, every single experience as a coach when
I personally do not need a study to tell me how things work. All right, you don't need studies. You need to know what a DOMS is. You need to know what this, ultrastructural muscle injury is. You need to know how to get them and continuously do these things. You need money as well to build your body. You need food. Real natural food will build your body. But if it's disrupted by eating a slave diet, you'll never build. I see people eating cornflakes and Cocoa Puffs after they work out, and these weird protein powders with sugar in them, and sugar and sugar and sugar. Sugar does not build muscles. They may build muscles in herbivores, but they don't build them in carnivores. We're made up of animal protein, and that's what you've got to eat to build.
they start doing that, that's it. They're done. They stop growing. Doesn't matter if they're 140 pounds. Doesn't matter if they're 190 pounds. The moment drug-free lifters start doing, I'm going to do 30 sets for my chest, they stop growing. That's it. Their gains are done. They're done. That's it. And if they do that for the next...
No, your gains are done because your body, it's prevented from getting any more damage, and you can't get damaged, you can't grow. And a lot of people mistaken what this damage is sometimes, and then they try to work through it. So you're getting an apoptosis. So actually losing muscle now. They get all frustrated, and I gotta run around the gym and show how I gotta show all the big people how I can lift a heavy weight and show off I can lift a heavy weight. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody. But again, a lot of people are doing a lot of things wrong anyway. Who cares?
Next year, they don't make any progress. That's just what happens. I dealt with that recently with a client who came on board. He was a novice, and I mean, he was stuck at something like 135 for 5 reps on his bench, and he'd been there for months.
He's so concerned about these reps and lifting. They have no bearing on how you get this damage to come back. Now, I posted a video. It says there, 7 days satellite cells to build muscles. Okay. A lot of people in the comments section in that guy's video, because I talked about that, and I know this guy who's making those. I know the guy who's making those videos too. I had a conversation with him over a year ago, back in 20 something, and I asked him, why don't you make a video on the how to build muscles, and then he posted that picture with Arnold and how to build muscles in 7 days, the satellite cell and all that. So it's in my community section. You can check it out. They're not lying to you. You understand me? Yeah. I prompt people to put the message out. Some people do, some people don't. No, this guy was smart enough to do it. Yeah, he's a science guy, science channel, whatever. So to build muscle, like I said, it has to go through a process. And Jason Blaha is so stubborn, he refutes the truth. He runs away from it.
And I'm looking at his programming, and I'm like, well,
because it doesn't suit his program, it won't work for him.
What were you doing? And it's like, oh, bench press, incline, and dips.
You don't need any of those things. All you need is a natural diet. You need food and money. If you don't have that, you're never going to build your body. You're never going
all in the same workout, done twice a week. And we're talking like...
And if anything, lifting heavy weights, people drop off the planet of the earth. All these people, power lifters, have dropped off. After 24, 25 or something, they all disappeared, just like the vegans, because it's not sustainable. Look, lifting heavy weakens you and destroys you, lowers your testosterone, you get messed up. And they're not focused on what truly makes you big and strong, your diet. And so they eat a slave diet, they lift these heavy weights, they get weakened now because they're eating a slave diet. So now they're weakening their body at the same time and then screwing their health up, and then they drop off. The vegans, the same thing. The vegans, they eat the fake diet, and then they drop off, and then they're all running towards the carnivore diet now. Get it? Because they're all falling apart. Now, Jason is the exception. He doesn't do it as hard. He doesn't go so hard like these other people. He's managed to live this long, but I doubt he'll be living any longer. I don't think he's going to live much longer. I predict he's going to die soon. I don't know what it's going to be from. Maybe he's even when he's lifting, it's a little bit stress-free here and there because, it's in this garage here and there. He doesn't do a lot of lifting. It's just those small bits on his videos. And I think that's what it is. That's what's sustaining him so far. And he does eat some animal products, dairy products like yogurt and stuff. There is some dairy in there. But he hates this natural diet, which is carnivore. So yeah, that's the reason he's falling apart.
Or say it was something like 4 sets of each. So 24 sets a week. He stopped growing completely. He was trying to gain. He gained a little bit of weight in that time. He's like, I don't feel this.
Stopped growing. You don't grow forever. You can. There's some people that grow to 1,000 pounds. They keep growing until they bust and die. They get fat. But muscle, that's something else. That's something special.
Not getting any stronger though. My lifts have stayed the same. For 3 or 4 months, I haven't been able to put a single pound on the bar. I took the same lifter down for his chest and tricep work. All we did was 5 sets of bench.
If we all know that myonuclei are what synthesize protein, so then that should be our goal, to get more myonuclei to build more real muscle. They synthesize protein. Now, and then the major goal is the protein. You see what I mean? Look, now that you know that myonuclei would synthesize protein, these satellite cells, and they donate their nuclei to that domain to further that growth, then what you need to focus on now is protein. And if you can't eat enough protein, then you can't build your muscles. It's really simple. You can't build your body because protein needs to exceed that breakdown. What does that mean? It isn't 32 grams of protein. You understand me? Or a gram of protein per body weight. It's got to be way more than that. In other words, you got to cut out all the slave food and just focus on eating protein all day. You understand? You understand me? Yeah. I think that is hard for people to understand.
And band press downs afterwards. Twice a week. He's up like 30 pounds on his, because they're promoting stuff from studies. Again, we can question the validity of these studies a lot. It doesn't work. And everyone who's coached people knows it doesn't work. And
the reason why it doesn't work is because protein synthesis needs to exceed breakdown, and they keep eating a slave diet like Jason. That's why lifting a heavy weight doesn't work. Food is what works. But Jason programs doesn't work, and neither does these people work. Now, I'm not saying high volume doesn't work to get the muscles to damage, if you can damage it, but you can't do it repeatedly with a repeated bout. Look, the repeated bout effect protects muscle from being damaged with a repeated bout. So you don't want to do a repeated bout. So you want to do your entire bout or all your body in that one bout. And so you give the time off now for the satellite cell to build those muscles and add that nuclei to that domain. In that process, protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. But with these regular people, regular gym goers and everything, they're not so serious about it. And so they can never really build their body because they could never eat that much protein. They'd have to take the time out and actually start building it. Like seriously, go to a buffet or go home and I couldn't cook that much at home, that protein. I have to go to a buffet, specific buffet that offers me all that protein. I could sit down and eat for hours especially after the very first damage session that you get. That is the most important. And then after that, it's all relative. You got to keep eating protein all day. Yeah, it's incredible to build muscle. It's really hard. And that's the reason. That's the reason people fake it artificially. They take steroids, this, that. They do it like him, artificial stuff. Artificial to lift something heavy. It's artificial too. They got to take this to impress you.
Unless people are willing to blast much gear.
See? Blast much gear.
It doesn't work.
They're going to blast much gear. It doesn't work. It doesn't work to build real muscle.
On that same token, we know guys who say, hey, this doesn't work, who use a bunch of gear and they're still jacked when they do the other stuff.
They're not jacked. They're enhanced. Their performance is enhanced. They ain't jacked. That's just some fake stuff. Just build up a fluid of this energy, an energy source, sarcoplasmic fluid. Glycogen loading in the muscle must go a lot of
but there's a point though to where a lot of these evidence-based people, they need to be checked because I'm sorry, the modern research just isn't that good. It still isn't that great.
It is very good, and it was on my old channel, which you took down because you hated people being informed with the truth. I gotta go, friends. That's all I have to say there. That's my review, Jason Blaha. I'll see you in the next one. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel, but I know you guys won't. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.